The Foundation coming at you with my Cowboys versus Vikings video. You know who I was rolling with. I rolled with the Cowboys. I'm gonna do my picks another day. We just we play our third game in 12 days. So I guess let's go on. Like we have a lot of history. So I'll do a little storytelling. Obviously, I wasn't I wasn't born yet, but you hear the Hail Mary game. Also a little side note. This is where I was like kind of like, if you saw videos a couple back, this is where I saw them on NFL Classics on the NFL Network, where I know that Hail Mary was the biggest story, but Harvey Martin, I mean, he was just all over. I mean, he was just a beast. And then you go back and look, and then you hear that when DeMarcus Ware broke his all-time record, it's like he held that record for so many years, for the Cowboys and all that. And I'm thinking to myself, how the hell is this guy not in the Ring of Honor, or let alone in the Hall of Fame? I mean, it's and it's sad because he's passed on, and it's like, But anyway, I hope we get him in the Ring of Honor, at least in the Ring of Honor. Anyway, the other history is, my personal histories is, Thanksgiving, oddly enough, we played played a great game, and then in overtime, the guy Nelson ran it in the overtime. I was like, God, fun it, I tell you. And you know how haters are. I have a lot of family haters as well too for the Cowboys, and you know how it is. From all over the place. I was like, then we got up. When the '90s, we pretty much dominated whenever we played. I mean, we had like one good one. I think it was an overtime at Vikings. I think Emmitt Smith ran a huge play, and then the pick that haunted us for years, the Randy Moss pick. Deion Sanders wasn't healthy, but Randy Moss just killed us. And I like to joke around about this one. The Vikings played in the playoffs in 2009. Now Saints won the Super Bowl, but I joked around and said that Brett Favre won his personal Super Bowl against the Cowboys. So. And when DeMarcus Ware went down, he wasn't the same after that. I don't know how much he played, or if he even played after that. And then, but Brett Favre started throwing the ball, and that one pass to that guy Rice, right past the sense of ball. I was just like, we need to sack him or turn over the ball or something, because he's not gonna be phased in this game. And then our offensive line couldn't protect Romo. That guy Ray Edwards, he's gonna have a lot of stories to tell us. Like, hey, look how I dominated that game. So we do have a lot of history and all that. Then the biggest one for me is when we traded Herschel Walker to the Vikings. And I said this before, Herschel Walker is my favorite player of all time, my favorite Cowboy of all time. And when he got traded, I was so devastated, so pissed off. I literally cried, and which my brother guys, I mean, obviously, but my brother guys and a couple other people that knew me was like, and I wasn't a teenager yet, so, but that knew me, that they said I was gonna switch teams, and I said, I was a fan before Herschel Walker got there. It just sucked that he's our best player, and we had nothing. Again, not understanding the business side of football. We had nothing, and he was our best player, and we traded him. That was the thing that pissed me off, at that time pissed me off. But then, when we got the Emmitt Smiths, the Leon Letts, Alvin Harper, and Darren Woodson, and guys like that, and then we started building championships, then it opened up my eyes on the business side of football. The only time I think I ever booed Herschel Walker is when, I kind of screamed at the TV, is like, screw you, shut the hell up. It was a game, I guess, when he went to Philadelphia, and he scored a touchdown, and he did that he was kind of showing up the Cowboys, and I was just like, oh, shut up, screw you, get out of here. Still love the guy, but yeah. So on to the game. Another thing that great defense versus our offense, and by now a lot of people will agree that you can't stop our offense. The number one thing though the question is that can they slow us up enough to not allow us to get touchdowns? See, we've been very good in getting touchdowns in these 10 wins. The one loss against the Giants, which we've seen in 2 weeks, nearly 2 weeks, was the only thing that really kept us out of the end zone. And that's the thing. I mean, we can move the ball on anybody, but that'll be the biggest thing, is who can keep us out of the end zone. So it's strength against strength, and that's why we've seen the progression of Ezekiel Elliott. We've seen him score short. We've seen him score long. So that's why I wanted a threat that can score from anywhere on the field. Dak hasn't turned the ball over. Dak has made a lot of huge plays for us. Dez starting to get his mojo back and all that. Got a bit much, but he's back. He's back to his, starting to get that little swag back and all that. Within, always there. Beasley, T. Will, this offensive line being the constant, the mainstay, and all that. And the thing is, I think the key to this game again is if we can get an early score on this Vikings defense, because that's going to really because that's their best thing they're doing. And if we put doubt in their mind, and the next Bradford's going to start thinking, hey, I got to go out and help out and win this game. I mean, he has to do that, but now he's going to force a play or two that he shouldn't. So that'll be a key thing to this game, scoring early on them and getting a good touchdown to just make them rattled and all that. Their offensive line, no secret, they've been decimated by injuries. I think they lost their center. And, maybe helps our pass rush out, because our secondary has been suffering with injuries too. We get back Barry Church, but we lose J.J. Wilcox. We get, and this is another time where another young guy, one of our draft picks, Kayvon Frazier, can prove himself to be this, a great draft again if he can contribute and all that. Anthony Brown, had that one play. He had a couple plays, but that one play everybody's killing him for. I'm like, bruh, he's a rookie. Yeah, he made a mistake. I mean, it was not smart, looking in the backfield too much. He should have known better that, we're supposed to not allow the big play, and that's what he did. But the one thing, one time he screws up, everybody's killing him and all that, which is not right. But yeah, so they do have some offensive weapons, Diggs and Rudolph. Patterson is a good guy from the special team, so gotta be careful of that. But other than that, though, we just have to execute touchdowns and all that, get those touchdowns, and because again the Vikings offense isn't that good, so if we force them to really be one-dimensional, it's going to be very hard for them and all that. Can break their will early and move on. So that's a good thing. All right, and it's another big game. Closer to what another test is. It is clinching the division as fast as we can. This is an NFC opponent, common NFC opponent. So because all of our teams play against them and all that. So another huge game. All right, that's my video. I'll do my picks another day. All right, mahalo for watching. Paniola boys, go Cowboys.